he's talking like a grown ass man.
Halfway mark of the season. Few general managers have addressed their various clubs, including Kyle Dubas with the press conference. Everybody talking about, whoa, he let out some secrets. I'm not sure how big of a secret it is that they may want to go for it right now.
Right.
But what were your thoughts about Kyle Dubas's press conference in your Leaf Nation?
I really liked it because there were times where he talked the talk, or like he put on a brave face, the whole we can and we will thing that became infamous or famous depending on who you ask. There was an element of it that I didn't believe. It was a young general manager almost like playing a role. And now when he talks about, we belong in our place in the standings. And when he, without hesitation, goes, yes, I will trade a top prospect. There's something about this guy that some point over the last year changed. People talk about the change in mindset and the willingness to go out and get team toughness. I don't know if it's just that's changed in him. Like, I think this is so insulting to say about a guy who's older than me, and I just turned 33, but like, he's becoming a man. You know what I mean? When the median age of a general manager in the NHL is like, what, 50? He's very much a kid in that role. But he's talking like a grown ass man. And I got to tell you, it's a breath of fresh air, because I know he's going to go out and do whatever it takes to for the Leafs to win. And if someone on the team is not willing to pull their weight, or if something dramatic needs to be done that might be unpopular when it happens, I have a lot more faith that he'll do it than I did a year ago.
Well, he's definitely got a comfort zone, speaking to the media like he did yesterday, unlike something that we've ever seen in the past. And you're right, there is a comfort zone. I got a sense of urgency a little bit to understand the situation. So maybe it's truly understanding where he is right now. And as much as, Steve, that I look at him going to another phase in his career, I also got the sense out of that press conference that he understands that, he could be the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs for the next 10 years, or he's one trade away and one first round exit away from losing his job.
People are going to say that's dramatic, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a winning business, right? It's a winning business. You got to get there. You got to get it done. And I also wonder how frustrated he is, just because of the timing. Because, Elliot Friedman, I think it was a few weeks ago, pointed at, I think it was yesterday, as a day that the Leafs wanted to target for, like, sort of their own personal deadline. And Dubas sort of confirmed that, because they have the 4-day break, back-to-back games against Calgary, 4-day break. Last year, Leafs played at home against the Pittsburgh Penguins. This was the last game I went to in person. I think it was February 20th. And they played their best game in the season, easily their best. And they showed the ability to do so many things that people said they couldn't. They won 4-0. They got goals from the back end. They got goals from their depth, goals from their big guys. There was a big hit. Someone was messing with Rasmus Sandin. Jesperi Kapanen steps in. He gets into a fight. It was a complete game, and they won 4-0. The next game, they lose to David Ayres. And it's their last game before the trade deadline. So if you're Dubas on February 20th, 2020, you're probably looking at this team and going, you know what? If they play like they do tonight, every night, we have just as much a chance of winning as anybody. If I go out and get this guy, if I go out and get that guy, and 2 days later, forget it. And then obviously COVID throws a wrench into everything. But I wonder if this guy sees the standings. They have their 3-game series against the Oilers. They allow 1 goal in 3 games. McDavid has, I think, 0 points. Draisaitl has 1. Absolutely unbelievable. And they follow it up with 5 out of 6.
And no Zamboni driver.
No, yes, all their losses were to a professional goaltender.
Yes, to a professional goaltender.
So that's a step up, but I got to imagine he's frustrated because the moment he put every ounce of faith in this team, they went, actually, never mind.
Yeah. Well, I think, again, I sensed a little bit of urgency with his comments. The other thing, though, I didn't really like. I thought maybe he was probably a little too revealing in terms of also a sense of frustration because he wants to make a deal. He's telling the world he needs to make a deal. And he's also telling the world that you need 2 to tango, which means teams out there are not in any hurry to help Kyle Dubas unless Kyle Dubas pays a ton. And to do that this far away from the trade deadline, and to speak of my trade deadline isn't really like everybody else's trade deadline south of the border. Again, if I'm in talks with Kyle Dubas for certain players, all I got out of his press conference is stay strong, man. He's going to give it up.